Hey, what's going on? So, I'm in my little library and I get my little medical book. And as you can all see, this book is called, uh, you could read it, right? And if you notice the date, it's 1866. So, we can agree that that was a long time ago, right? So, I'm going to do a little thing on gout right here. See it? Gout. And so, you know, everybody thinks this is some new thing. And I know about 15 years ago, you can get this some medication, and it costs like $10, $5 for like a whole month's worth. I believe it's called coltracine. And then all of a sudden, the patent ran out, and they basically repackaged it. And then the next thing you know is if you don't have any like special cards or discounts or any medical um, insurance, it's $500. Okay, because I remember that's what I was quoted, and of course I had to fight them, and it ended up costing me like $120 for like a month's supply, and that's complete highway robbery. When prior to that, it was $5 for like a month's supply. But anyway, so here's where here's the big scam. So they talk about, I'm not going to get into it, but they talk about, you know, about the stuff we already know about. You know how it inflames your feet, it gets in your. I mean, it's all in here, man. This is 1866, and then also what's in here, it talks about inflammation and chronic gout, and there's some terminology in here that they use that we don't use today. And they talk about the diagnostics, rheumatism. Today, they say that we cured this and cured that, but we didn't because they just give it a new name. But here you go, rheumatism affects middle-aged men, the elderly, larger joints, and yeah, it does. I mean, like a lot of people wake up and they have joint pain, and they tell us, "Oh, it's inflammation. It's all about food." Man, gout, inflammation, uh, um, and I'm gonna have to say that there's 10 other names that can fit in this category. We don't really know. The doctors that give us this, they give us that, and of course here you got it resembles rheumatism treatment. Okay, now here's where it gets interesting. Okay, it's important to remember the disease is not merely local. La da la da 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 da. I mean, okay, go ahead, Google it. Okay, everything's here. But watch this. The great remedy is coltracine. Okay, coltracine. 1866. They knew about it, and now they're trying to say that that's some patented, drug. Okay, coltracine is a root. There's a book you could buy on plants. I think there's 60 different types of them, and one of them they use for it. And here it is, coltracine. Okay, and it talks about drops. You put it in wine every 4 hours. I mean, okay, sure, there was a different way of taking it back then, but it's right here, coltracine. And I was looking at this book, and here it says, look at this. The diet should be low at first. Okay, so it starts talking about your diet. So they knew the food did it. Okay, and it talks a little bit about your diet and things like that. I'm not going to read this. Okay, but they gave it like in nervous gout. That was a different name. You know, sudden attacks of gout. They also said that attacks the stomach, the heart, and the intestines. And the gout people don't tell us that, the doctors, because they want to call that something else. So we can be like double medicated. But here it is. It says that this stuff is does all this stuff, okay? And it tells you put your now this is where it gets kind of crazy. Put your feet in hot mustard and water to apply mustard. Okay, so of course, warm stimulus. This basically talks about holistics because 1866, we didn't have Mr. Rockefeller taking over the world, right? And so, basically, this is nothing new. The medication is nothing new. It's a natural plant. There's nothing new under the sun. And as I look at this book, and I'll do another video here on something else. I mean, there's nothing new here. In 1866, figure how many years ago that was. 150 years. Anyways, hey, this book here that I had, there's probably more of these. It's hard to find these. This book probably cost me like a couple $100. But Henry Clea, okay, and I lost the cover. Here's what it looks like. It's kind of an old book. And what's funny? In here they have like all these remedies, and there are all these herbs. This whole book is nothing but typhus fever. I mean, and there's a whole section on the herbs and tinctures and a whole bunch of stuff here. And I don't know. I might just use this as my doctor's book for a while because it does have alternative solutions. Hey, that was interesting. Thanks for coming on. Hey, oh, by the way, please rate and subscribe. I also have a Patreon, Marko, Markovovk, and I have a $1 per month. You can get some stuff for free, and of course, I have other services. I also have some merch. Check it out. And then if you are one of my clients that are basically house related, home inspection kind of thing, I have that service. You can just Google, call Marko with a question. Call Marko, Marko, with a question. Just Google it, and then we could solve that house problem you got that nobody else could figure out. I can also, if you got issues with contracts, you want me to interpret a home inspector's report, or you want me to write a letter to help you out maybe for court, I can do all that. So call Marko with a question. Please rate, subscribe. I also have Patreon, and I do have some links too below. I'm not sure I'm going to be able to put this book in the link because I can't sell this book, but I do have links with some products. I am an Amazon affiliate. So hey, thanks for coming on.